Alex, though, for time's
Hey,
sake,
man.
let's jump into this because I'm a little pissed off.
Yeah, dude, let's get into it.
Speaking of the why for a bunch of things and why things get reported the way they do. So, Meta, this is going to get meta right here, right? Meta, the company, or Facebook's rebrand, is getting sued by Meta. So, Meta is being sued by Meta, which is Meta. I have the statement up on the screen, but the TLDR is the Meta company, a Chicago-based company led by CEO Nate Skullick, has claimed that Meta, being Facebook, has stolen its name. It's crazy how I'm going to have to keep clarifying that because we can't call it Meta and Meta. Nate, the CEO of Meta Company, claims that Facebook did try to acquire them, but they did not succeed and then tried to bury their existence. And then this article has been everywhere. Everywhere. I've seen it on TMZ. I've seen it on Gizmodo. I've seen it on Tech Inside. It's not... It is everywhere. But before I get into my side here and why I'm so pissed, are you familiar with this story?
Yes, I am.
What are your thoughts on it? Like, what do you know about it? Because I want to make sure. I would love for you to have the real story.
Well, I'm not going to claim to. All right. So let's start with that. I've seen like some social media posts. I saw what the Meta company shared with everyone, their announcement and their statement basically on this. And I saw how they laid it out and they said, hey, listen, here's the story. A random company reached out to us. They wouldn't disclose who it was. And, naturally we had our inclinations, but still we didn't know. Push comes to shove. Of course, it's Facebook. We tell them, nope, take a hike. We're not interested. Our name's better. See you later. And of course, Facebook decided to just plow straight through them anyway, not give a shit and say, hey, we've got enough money. We'll just throw money at it until it goes away kind of situation. So that's my understanding of the situation. Does that sound about ballpark about what happened?
And then times the aggression on Twitter from Tech Bro Twitter and every video that is the most evil thing. Now, I am not going to defend Meta/Facebook here. Like, this could just be one of many shitstorms they're coming into soon. So there is no defense here. But here's where I'm coming from this side. What pissed me off so much is, the content I used to make, and I've switched my stance. Not switched my stances, but switched my type of content, right? When you slow down, and I think you always doing what you've done has been probably just excellent for you. Like, when you slow down, it's not about info sensationalizing. It's not about hitting something the quickest beat. It's not about getting it out there because you're expected to, and this is no shade on anyone. It is the game. You have to play it when you want to grow. I fault nobody for it. But when you slow down after doing that for so long, you realize that within that madness, you fuck up a lot. You fuck up a lot. And you end up reporting on shit that shouldn't be reported on. And I've seen full-on creators I respect go down the rabbit hole of videos directly on this saying it's standard course, fuck Facebook, fuck this. I've seen every news source, even TMZ, which I don't expect them to be right, but like every single news source not touching this. I want to hit you with some facts that were interesting when I looked into it. When I had a second to like, okay, well, what are they selling? The website of Meta Company, not Meta Facebook, but Meta Company, the company suing right now or claiming to sue, does not have a product. It is a single link that only goes to the statement that I will put up on screen again. There is no links, there is no product, there is no nothing. Down at the bottom of the screen, they happen to have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram account links. If you click on all of them, they were made the last couple days of October of this year, first couple days of November, and their only links are their company statements. Deeper search on the CEO, Nate Skullick, brings up absolutely nothing. Nothing. There is no company. There is no product. This is squatters' rights here.
You're shitting me.
No, go look it up. And guys, I am open to being wrong. Anyone who knows me, put in the comments if I'm completely off base here. Like I said, I'm not defending past examples, past things anyone's done. I'm looking right on this, where every single news source that I read, which really bugged me, and I know it's no one's fault, they've got to get their clicks. I get it. But I have the luxury of not giving a fuck about that, and can look into it a little bit.
Wow, man. Well, dude, great work. First of all, like, way to click on something. You know what I mean? Like, to your point, like everyone is like, it's almost like it doesn't even matter. You know what
No,
the
it doesn't.
information is. It doesn't matter at all what we're talking about. It's just, is this being shared? Yes or no? Oh, it is. Great. I need to share that. You know, like, thanks for clicking. Thanks for going a little bit forward because I didn't, right? Like I saw a post from some company that said Facebook threw a bunch of money at him and I said, sounds about right, and went on with my day, you know? But like to your point, I've never heard of the Meta company. I don't know like who are they, you know?
Hmm.
And like like yeah, do they make anything? And I guess you did a little bit of research and found out that they don't.
I can't find a damn thing. I can't even find them talking about one thing they've made. I can't find anything on the CEO. All their socials are a week old with no post and all 200 followers. I think their Facebook is about 600, and their Twitter and Instagram have
Okay.
basically within 10 followers of each other, like they're the same people.
So someone started a company. They called it the Meta Company, and they're like, "Sweet, I own a company. I'm not going to do anything with it, but I own it." And then it just sat there, and they just like own a company, and they own a name, and they're like, "Yep, that's my thing." And maybe one day when I decide to have a really badass company, I'll just there it is. I've got the name already.
Yep.
Is that's kind of what happened? And then Facebook comes along like, oh, someone already stole this name. It's almost like someone the asshole who bought AlexVR.com. You know,
Did
it's like
someone do
he's not
that?
using it. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, someone owns it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like, I got AlexVR.net a couple of years ago when we kind of first started getting up and running with all this stuff. And I would have gotten .com, but it was owned by someone, and they wanted like $150 or something like that. And I'm like, no, screw you. I'll get .net. I don't care. But yeah, that's what it's reminding me of. Like someone who like bought a domain name, and then Facebook's like, all right, we want that domain name, and these guys are like, no. So my question is then, what is the incentive, or what's the motive behind the actions of the Meta company, right? Like, what are they trying
Money.
to do? Yeah, they're just
Money.
like trying to get publicity. Well, I mean, because Facebook threw money at them. If it was
Uh,
money, they could have just taken
allegedly.
it.
Allegedly. I don't know. That I can't figure out. There's no way for me to ever know if there was money discussed, if Facebook's ever talked to them, or if everything maybe they weren't even sitting on it for a long time. Maybe they've been sitting on
Or
it
maybe
for
none of this
two.
is real.
Who knows,
Maybe
man?
all of it's fucked. Like you said, you found some brand new social media account, some CEO who doesn't exist, like some company name with zero products or zero market anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
And I want to make it real clear. I bring this up not to defend Meta. I don't give a flying shit about any companies, right? Companies, I do not care about the company names. Um, what I care about is making sure that I'm better. Like, that's it. That's all I can do is I'm better. But I noticed, I'm like just reading site after site, no one mentioning any of this. Sites that when I was a kid, like when I read a Wired magazine or when Game Informer came to my door, when I'm 10, 11, 12, when I was reading those, I took a lot as fact. Like I took pride in reading this and trying to learn. And then I specifically, after looking into this Meta company claims, every single article, every single one, no one mentioning one thing about these socials, about the site, about the lack of products, and creators that I'm very friendly with. Seeing their post about this, being like, hey, just letting you know, this is what I found. You may want to like subtweet the corrections or something.
mhm.
And one of two responses always happened. Ignore me, one. Two, defend their comment by citing past examples of Meta doing dickhole moves. Um, no, that's not how this works. We need to talk about this. I don't want to stay on this for too long because I'm not trying to vent, but it was something that I noticed with VR journalism.
Yeah. Well,
VR,
it's yes. Please continue.
and I'm not. This is not actually going to be a comment on the creators within it right now. Outside of the YouTube bubble, the Twitch bubble, Facebook bubble of creators, of people who are enthusiasts who are making content, the general coverage of VR from 2017 to like now is dog shit. It's awful. People, you have to fight to get coverage. Like Upload VR and Road to VR, bless their hearts because they're trying something that no major outlet wants to cover VR in any bit of good light. They refuse. People outreach to them and they straight up refuse to cover VR. So the only people we can rely on for VR coverage right now is us, right?
Hmm.
So we as a collective need to really do our best to sensationalize stuff to get the traffic we need. Play the game, guys. But cut back and hit the real facts within your content because no one else is going to do it for us. No one else. So we're
This
on our own
is
here, guys.
This is really tough, dude. This is a really tough area to navigate because, I mean, we could go meta with this, no pun intended, or we can get really, really, really specific. And to like give the meta example, journalism as a whole, across the fucking board in every single vertical of all types is messed up. Like like we're talking about, it's all about a sensational headline. It's all about that first sentence of the article because no one's going to bother to click through and read what the journalist actually wrote. They're just going to read that headline and say, "Oh, that's the news." The news is this headline. And I saw another recent VR sucks article that went around, saying, "Oh, it's still super niche and you need a computer," and like obviously written by someone who doesn't know what VR is. And we're in such a it's a really sticky situation that we're in because we are in VR. It is such a niche industry still, like it's not mainstream. There aren't all of the eyes that we want, and we want to get more eyes on it. But at the same time, it's super, super important that we don't do what you're talking about, just sharing headlines, just passing shit around because it's getting clicked on, because at the end of the day, we're not doing VR any favors by doing that. We're not actually sharing anything. We're just sharing clicks and stuff like that. I find it interesting that if you want to become a YouTube star, that you would enter the VR space. Like this is not the space to become famous on YouTube. Like there's plenty of other stuff you could do. You could do pranks. You could, play Fortnite or whatever it is, like whatever it is that's popping, whatever it is that's trending, like do that if you're trying to play the YouTube game. But I started a VR channel because I fucking love VR and because I want to contribute, because I want to help be a part of the wave of the inevitable future that I see coming, and I want to show my dedication and love for this amazing medium and this amazing technology. And I almost feel like that's where you would have to come from to start a VR channel, right? Like you want to get famous on YouTube. Why would VR be the space? So I think it's important that creators and journalists and everyone who cover VR keep in mind what their intention was when they got started, because you didn't get started because you thought you'd get 5 million views by buying a VR headset. You probably got started because you thought VR was fucking amazing and you wanted to share it. And now your intention has shifted. Now you're looking at the numbers. Now you're looking at, my ad revenue or this or that or the other thing. And that's what's starting to cause some of this bullshit. So now remember your intention, folks.
One clarification too. When I say play the game, and I know you didn't mean this, but I want to clarify. If you are trying to get all the clicks and all the stuff, like to get your message out, there is a degree, like I'm going to sensationalize the headline of this video and the thumbnail is going to be bright and it's I want you to click on it. That's the fucking point. But I just will do my absolute best within that to try to say the accurate information, because it's not just that other outlets are talking down on VR a lot. It's that you literally have to pay them to even talk about you. Like to even make that article, they won't touch VR. So we have to rely on ourselves. Next time you see someone spewing something on Twitter, on YouTube, just check the facts and remind them nicely. If they're wrong, they'll amend it. Sometimes we just don't have time. I don't know. I got, the more I kept seeing giant threads of thousands of retweets on this story, I'm just like, yeah, they definitely deserve some shit from something else. This is not the hill, guys. And the second you die on the wrong hill, muddies every other good point. Hit that subscribe button to stay on top of the daily clips, or catch the debates and Fireside Chats live on the main channel down in the video description. See you next time, Space Cowboys.